Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comic Book Burrito Extra Beef. My name's Darian.
I'm Landon.
And today, we are going to be doing a review of a movie that just came out called The Batman. Matt Reeves is The Batman. I've been anticipating this movie for a few years. But before we get into it, since we didn't have a normal episode this weekend, we're going to go ahead and let you know how we've been this week. So, Landon, how you been this week?
Been okay. Made some pretty questionable purchases.
True.
Yes. Do you want to name them off and just give your comments about them, or should I name them off?
You name them off, because I don't remember all of them.
Here, I'll name them off, and you just give me your thoughts, okay?
Okay.
I bought Deadpool on PlayStation 4.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good game.
Got a great deal on it from the people at Retroid Games. Good place if you're in Winston, check them out. I'm a little embarrassed to mention these last three. I bought Watchmen, The End Is Nigh, complete experience on PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was complete in box, came with the poster and everything. I bought Iron Man, the movie game, on PlayStation 3.
Now we've lost half of our listeners.
Everybody's kicking me off now of the podcast. And I also, that ain't the worst one. I also bought the Incredible Hulk video game on PlayStation 3.
And there goes the rest of the listeners.
There we go. That's everyone. Everyone's tuned off. We got to have some vengeance for 8-year-old Landon for his father selling his games. So
you did say I'm vengeance at the beginning.
I am vengeance. We have to have justice in this world, and this is the only way to do it is to play old, terrible superhero games. But they should be coming in soon, and I bought those games really for another reason, but I will share that later. But how are you doing, Darian?
Doing fine. The reason we didn't have another episode this week is because we're kind of in a drought when it comes to most news. Like DC just had a movie out, so there's not much news coming out around that.
Well, there's a lot of news coming around about the movie, or like the kind of the world this movie is.
Well, we'll talk about that in this episode, but like news wise, there's not.
Oh yeah, nothing
to talk about. And then neither with Marvel except for the Morbius trailer, but I don't really feel like that's worth just an episode about.
I think we should dedicate. We're going to do an extra beef episode dedicated to the movie. Why not?
Maybe. I don't even know if I'm going to go see it in theaters or not.
Oh, you're not?
I don't know.
It ain't coming on streaming, is it?
No.
Okay.
I'm just not sure if I want to watch it or not.
I don't want to watch it.
I don't know.
You sound miserable.
Yeah.
But I think people can get behind that. They're like, oh, it's okay. We still love y'all. But I hate it. I hate there ain't much news because I was really looking. I guess we could dedicate a whole episode to Avengers news.
No,
I guess.
No, we can't.
Okay, fine, whatever. I will get you one day though. I will get you hyped for Avengers. I think that's my new goal.
The day you say that a new hero is being added or a roadmap is coming, I'll be hyped. And when the roadmap drops and it's nothing I care about, I'm back off.
Hey, Darren, we got there's a new roadmap coming out next week. I swear, this roadmap should have been out like 2 weeks ago.
Roadmap should have been out like 2 months ago.
No, it should have came out back before the year started, honestly. But enough about Marvel's Avengers. Let's get to the Batman.
Yes. So
if you want, people really came here.
So today for this review, like I said, we're doing the Batman, and we were supposed to have a few guests on here, but unfortunately we weren't able to arrange that today. So we decided, hey, why not bring it back to its roots and just have me and Landon reviewing a new superhero movie.
Looking at you, Scholar.
Yep, and Spillman.
Yep.
Spillman's understandable.
Scott, dude, I wish people would understand me trying to get him on here. It's been a pain. I'm begging. Like, I was on my knees and begging him. I'm like, please be on here. He's like, he told me a maybe, but I knew deep down I was still a no.
Yeah. But all right, let's get into the Batman. So expectations going into this movie, like anticipations, like what were you thinking going into it?
This was probably my most anticipated movie, this comic book movie this year.
Okay. Before I'm going to stop you right there, because I mean, you talked about this before we started recording that you think you may have overhyped yourself.
Yeah, I think I might overhype myself.
See, I think that's why, because there's no way that this movie is going to be better than Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, you think Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is going to be better?
Yes.
Dang. I think it's the first I've heard that. So I saw some moron on Twitter is all like, MCU need to step up their game because they're getting embarrassed right now with the Batman.
Wait for Moon Knight, man.
I'm like, well, I was like, I don't think, I mean, you have your opinion on the Batman, but I don't think they put really a dent in the MCU. But I think it shows of you can do a whole superhero movie without it having a bunch of comedy in it.
Yeah, not having to be. And this movie did have a few things that were kind of funny. I think it was more awesome whenever Batman beat the crap out of people, and you were just watching me like, man, no one can.
Yeah, I say that's like a comedic part. It's because it's just like he's just wailing on them. It's hilarious.
Yeah. But like you had said, you were going into it as you were thinking this would be your most anticipated movie this year. Comic book movie.
I mean, I think I made it clear on this show of how much of a Sam Raimi shill I am. You know, like I love him. You know, like he is number one to me. But then I've seen the Batman. I'm like, man, these trailers are fantastic. I was listening to. That's kind of this movie's got me to Nirvana. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I was getting hyped. I saw it and I was like, because it seems like everyone besides filming walked out of it enjoying it more than me. And I was like, crap. You know what I'm saying?
I think you may have missed. I think because, and you also said this before you recorded too, that you wanted to rewatch it. I think if you rewatched it, you would form your official opinion on it.
I kind of want to set the scene for people of our theater because we had a pretty packed theater.
Well, yeah, no one was really in front of us. There's like one row. It was
in front. We had, I mean, it's not like we had bad seats. That were my experience.
And we had row D. And
we had row D. So it was pretty nice seats in the middle. It was nice. You know, good group of people. Everyone was excited. And I'd say the only crappy part about our theater was probably the speakers. Like I don't know. Did you forget about?
I did forget about them, but
oh my god!
For what he's talking about, our theater, I guess the speakers they haven't replaced them in a while. That's what it sounds like.
They were those things were busted
because they were crackling when stuff happened. It only started about halfway through the movie. I think
This is spoilers, by the way, right?
Yes, big spoiler review. Oh my god!
Full spoiler.
Spoilers for the Batman.
When did you start noticing it? Because I noticed it right when the first time Batman goes into the iceberg lounge.
That's when I noticed it. It was. I thought it was in the movie. I thought they were like something like fireworks or something.
Yeah, I thought it was like firecrackers or something.
Yeah, me and you and Scott all looked at each other. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And because I thought it was in the movie.
I know. I'm like, man, they got some good sound effects. It's like actually happening here.
I know.
But then I started really noticing it when
the Batmobile chase scene.
Yes, the Batmobile chase scene. And for a second, I kept thinking, I'm like, okay, it's that same noise again, but is that the car? Like,
yeah, they thought it was like the fire crackling in the car.
Yeah, and then I came to the realization, I'm like, no, it's these speakers. They're like messed up pretty bad.
Yeah, but it didn't really like ruin the movie for me though.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with saying it ruined the movie. I would say it was annoying, but it did. Like, I'm not gonna be on here. They brought that down a point. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't the movie. We're reviewing the movie.
I want to see this movie in IMAX.
Oh yeah, I do too. With like, I mean, I think that's gonna make it perfect. Yeah, how do you want to go through this? You want to talk about the characters first? I'm
gonna break down a lot of it because this is a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it's a pretty lengthy movie, so there is
2 hours and 47 minutes, and I think not counting credits too.
Yeah, technically the director's cut is like 3 hours and 20 minutes or something.
Maybe.
I'm assuming by like Watchmen, like the movie levels of theatrical directors, because I believe the theatrical is like the same runtime, and director's cut's like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
But yeah, let's get into this. Before we start breaking down characters and stuff, which we're going to save Batman of the last character we talk about, because obviously he's one of the biggest ones. Like, it's a new portrayal of Batman. We've only had What, this is our 5th or 6th Batman?
Our 6th?
Live action, like movie Batman?
Are we talking about, we're including Adam West, right?
Yeah, because he had his own movie.
So, oh yeah, he did. Oh yeah, I used to watch that movie every day. So Adam,
Keaton.
Keaton, Val
Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, and now Ben Affleck and Robert Pattinson. This is our 7th.
This is our 7th. Woo! So that's a lot of Batmans you have to kind of look over. And I mean, 2 of them you can pretty much kind of throw out the window.
Yeah.
with Val Kilmer and George Clooney.
Well, give Val Kilmer a little bit of respect now.
Well, I do love. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Iceman, Aaron. Don't get me wrong.
Well, that was George Clooney over there. Oh, you talking about? I thought. Okay, every time you say this has happened before in the podcast.
Yes, it happened like twice. I'm not talking about.
What is the Iceman? Explain real quick so I can understand this.
Top Gun. Val Kilmer was in Top Gun, and his nickname was Iceman.
Okay, well, every time you say Iceman, I think of Mr. Freeze because he says the Iceman cometh.
No, he does not.
Every time I hear that name, I think of that. So that's why I thought.
This is like the 3rd time you're like, no, man, it's Clooney. I'm like, yeah, I know. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna say Val Kilmer from now on because clearly you cannot understand what I'm talking about. Well, it's all good. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm giving Val. I mean, okay, fine. We'll throw George Clooney out the window.
The back credit card.
Leave up with Val Kilmer.
Mm-hmm.
Where I consider you can kind of throw him out the window.
Christian Bale.
Well, I'm going by general public, not my full opinion.
Okay.
Bale's a 2nd.
Throw out Adam West too, because we have too many dark Batmans compared to that silly Batman. So I don't want that.
Okay, so we'll throw out Adam West, but a lot of respect to him.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P.
Yeah. So then you have Keaton. I keep wanting to say Burton, but that's the director.
Hey, Keaton.
So you have Keaton, Bale, Robert Pattinson, and Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't missing nobody, am I?
Do what?
I ain't missing nobody, am I?
No.
Okay. So you have to pick your poison, or pick and choose of which one. I mean, I don't like Bale at all. Everybody, I think right now there's 3, and that is Bale, Affleck, and Robert Pattinson. For public wise, like, I don't know. Would you agree or would you?
Yeah.
Change it up?
I agree. Keaton now is back doing it because of all the Flash and Batgirl.
Yeah, if it was my top 3, it's Affleck, Keaton, and Robert Pattinson. I think Bale. I don't like Bale as Batman. I know it's a hot take, but
I like Robert Pattinson more than Keaton, but I haven't seen Keaton in a while. And I think once he comes back, it'll be better. I just didn't like the way his suit was made. It looked good, but it was made weird, so he had to turn his whole body to look at people.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if they'll change it in the Flash movie or the Batgirl.
I hope so.
Which kind of, I'll be honest, Batgirl is kind of like my next anticipated DC movie.
Black Adam's coming out, and that's what I'm excited about.
I want to see it just for Dr. Fate. And maybe Black
Hawkman. And Hawkman.
And Hawkman.
And Atom Smasher.
Hawkgirl ain't gonna be in it, is she?
I don't think so. And Atom Smasher, the giant guy that ran around. I forgot.
Yeah, I completely forgot Atom Smasher. I'm like, oh, is that the Atom? I'm like, wait, no, it's Atom Smasher. Sure. So yes, big DC stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Where were we even going with this?
Well, I was talking. We were getting ready to go into the characters. We're not doing Batman until last.
I want to say first that this movie has the best interpretations of characters, and in my opinion, I would say not the worst, but kind of okay. They're like in the middle, in my opinion, at least. I mean, I don't know about you.
All right.
Yeah, and we'll go by each character. I'll say where they're at. But what character do you want to start off with?
Let's start with I'll get a small one out the way, or semi small one. Alfred. Andy Serkis's Alfred. So he wasn't in the movie too long, but when he was in the movie, though, he was very, very Alfred-like with the. This isn't still younger-ish Alfred. He's got like short beard.
Yeah, has the cane. You know, you can tell he's getting older. I
I'm always mixed. I don't think we've ever had a bad Alfred. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's one I can say, but
you're gonna make everyone angry.
I know I'm gonna make everyone angry, so I'll leave that up to you. Figuring it out of which one I do not like. But what my favorite for the longest time was Jeremy Irons, Alfred. I liked him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But and I just, I mean, what did you think of Andy Serkis? Because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought he was actually pretty cool. You know what he really reminded me of?
Yeah, who?
The Alfred from Gotham. 100% reminded me of him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're playing the same character but different actors. Is what it felt like.
Yeah,
when they are playing, but you know what I mean. But that kind of sounded confusing because they are playing the same character.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And,
the same.
Yeah, I know you're telling me that because I was reading the novel, the prequel novel of this movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, apparently Alfred helped Batman fight stuff and basic you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was so he's helped train them a bit, and I'm assuming they did the same in Gotham.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened actually.
I think they even mention of Alfred being a veteran and all that in this as well. So that's pretty cool.
Let's see. Well, Alfred, I did enjoy Andy Serkis's Alfred for the amount that he was in the movie. I thought in the middle of it that he was going to die.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a shock. I'm like, I guess I should have been smarter to think about that because I'm like, there's no way they were.
Well, I knew all the rumors going around. People were saying that he's going to die. He might die in the first movie. That was a big rumor that went around. And I saw it happen. I was like, oh no.
That would take some guts right there.
But we weren't as emotionally connected to that character in this movie because we only seen him for a couple scenes.
Yeah,
but
the best scenes in this movie, honestly, are with Bruce and Alfred.
Well, there's one scene that comes to my mind that's the best scene in the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
It takes place in Arkham Asylum.
I was just saying, just in general, some of the best scenes in the movie are with Robert Pattinson and Andy Serkis because you could feel a real connection with them.
Yeah,
especially the hospital scene where Bruce. It's they're talking. Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so good.
And this will kind of lead into the next character I want to talk about. We'll kind of start it off. Actually, no, we'll do that in a minute. Let's go to Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon, or not Commissioner Gordon yet, Lieutenant Gordon.
Lieutenant. I just realized I say Jeffrey Wright for Alfred and Batman. I feel like I said that by accident.
You said Jeremy Irons.
I said Jeremy Irons. Okay, thank God. I was like, wait, does it say Jeffrey Wright? But anyways, Jeffrey Wright as Lieutenant Gordon, I think is the best Gordon we've ever had in any movie. Mm-hmm. Period. I don't think. Don't get me wrong. I loved what's his face in Dark Knight. Gary Oldman. I thought he was my favorite for a while, but now I think Jeffrey Wright, man, he killed it, man. He is number one with again. I loved him. There's nothing else to say, and I somewhat hate doing the comparison game, but it's kind of hard not to when people have been praising the Dark Knight and everything. The thing is, kind of see if this movie kind of stacks up with it, and but yeah, Jeffrey Wright as Lieutenant Gordon is amazing. I think it was best performance.
Yeah, I see because we knew Jeffrey Wright. At least I knew him from the show Westworld before. I knew him from What If, because he voiced the Watcher in that show.
Yeah,
but, I thought he was going to be when I going into it when they first announced his casting, I was like, oh no. I was like, I don't know if he'd be a good actor to play Gordon. He just didn't. I didn't feel like he had the voice or the look for it, and not a racist way. That was not skin color or anything. I'm talking because
Lord White.
He had he has a beard in real life and kind of shaved hair. But I also wasn't thinking he could grow out a mustache. Like,
oh god, I just forgot. I forgot he's in Batman: The Audio Advance. He plays Batman.
Yeah, that's true.
He's the best Batman and Gordon. I completely forgot he was in that. So I was currently looking through some stuff he was in. He was in The Good Dinosaur apparently. So he was in the Hunger Games.
But yeah, I really enjoyed him as Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he whispered a lot, but
he's like Batman. Batman
You're telling me Coulson moonlights for the Penguin?
I need you to punch me in the face. He could have pulled that punch. No, there is a lot of whispering in this movie. I understand Batman doing it because he doesn't want to reveal his voice, but I have a thing about strays.
No, that was Catwoman that said that. He was like, "You got a lot of cats," and she was like, "I gotta have a thing with strays or something like that."
Yeah, that got a laugh out in our audience.
It was funny. It's the way he said it. You got a lot of cats.
Yeah. It gave a couple people chuckle. I didn't really laugh during this movie, which I didn't need to. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I didn't laugh. But I mean, there are some moments that are pretty comedic. Like I'll say all the Riddler scenes. Like some of them are like.
Is it
like
funny?
hilarious.
But do you think it was funny because he was such a psycho, or?
Yeah, I would say no. It's funny because he was hurting people. No, like he was. It was pretty funny because it just how insane. Pretty much. He's just like crazy and it's hilarious.
And as our fans will know, Riddler is my favorite Batman villain. So I was going to this, like in hopes of his character being like amazing. And now I think it's a good chance to get into that. Let's get into Paul Dano as Riddler because wow.
Yeah, I'll let you take the lead with this one, man, because you're the guy.
So this is, I guess you could say proto Riddler, if that would be a good term, because this is Batman. Riddler's just come into the city now.
Yeah.
And so there's still a chance if he breaks out to get that suit and cane and bowler hat.
That cane, that purple mask.
There's still not purple mask because that no. But
why not?
Because no.
Why not? What about a mohawk shade?
Just glasses. He doesn't need a mask. He needs his glasses.
What about some Arkham Knight pajamas? Come on now.
No.
I know you like the Arkham Knight suit. Come on.
No, but there's still a chance that could happen. But this character, the only other live action Riddler, two live action Riddlers that we've had are Frank Gorshin from the 1960s Batman, and then Jim Carrey from Batman Forever, which to this day was one of my favorites until I watched the Batman.
Well, you're forgetting about Gotham Riddler there.
Oh yeah, you're right. I was thinking about movies though. I wasn't really thinking about TV shows, but
movies.
But that is still live action though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That means we got to put another Batman into that list.
Oh yeah, he didn't really become Batman until like the last.
Batman's still in it. There's still Batman.
It's Bruce. We'll compare Bruce's, I guess. I don't know.
All right, but we'll compare the one from Gotham. If that's true, then heck, now then I have to. Jim Carrey's wasn't my favorite Riddler. It was the one from Gotham.
He was never my favorite. Anyway,
but this one goes back to, I guess you could say, almost his comic roots, where he is this psychopath killer. Not like guys like, not like official comic roots. We're talking like DC Rebirth type roots. Yeah. But he's not as like wacky in this as Jim Carrey portrayed him. He's more.
He's wacky, but he ain't like goofy like Jim Carrey. I would say.
Well, you find out in the movie that he's a Twitch streamer or TikToker or whatever that was.
He's doing like an Instagram blog. In the movie, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I feel like his character was my favorite out of the movie because, I mean, obviously I told you I like the Riddler, but I don't even know. Like, there's so much I could say about him. His outfit. Let's talk about his redesign.
Oh yes, I think that's probably the most controversial thing about him.
He's got like the big jacket and the winter combat mask, which is what that thing is called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
And I thought that it was pretty. I didn't know. I guess so he could see, but he had the glasses on the outside of his mask.
Yeah, and again, I think a lot of it was with the design of the Zodiac Killer because that was kind of the description of what he looked like, kind of.
Yeah.
And you look at the designs of the Zodiac Killer, he has like glasses on the outside of like his mask.
Yeah. Let's see. He always killed people with like carpenter tools.
Yeah. Well, because in later in the movie you kind of see why. Because I think he uses the same tool, right?
Yeah.
It was the same. What is that thing called? A tucker? Is that what it's called?
I think that's what that cop said.
Yeah.
The cop. That's the same cop that was like, "Hey, Bruce Wayne."
Hey, it's Bruce Wayne. It was pretty cool because as you can see, he planned all that from the start.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Very. But this was like he was like my favorite. And there was a scene in the movie with when Riddler's in Arkham, and which we never get his actual real name.
Yeah.
But Riddler's in Arkham and Batman's talking to him, and it's this whole like that's just like my favorite scene of the whole movie.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Let me think about it.
It was pretty cool because like it's hard to think because Paul Dano is when I first saw him, I was like, I don't know about this guy's the Riddler. You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of looked the part, but here it's a good take on the Riddler, and I'm very satisfied with what we got.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole scene in Arkham was so great, and he was just kept messing with his mind and doing all that, and he was like, "Oh, well, we were partners. We're taking down the corruption in this city," and that was so good.
I like what Batman says. He's all like, "You're a deranged psychopath that will die alone." He's like, "No!" He's just like yelling it out.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to get into another character. I'm going to talk about Catwoman. Okay. So Zoe Kravitz, Catwoman, is not my favorite Catwoman. I'll go ahead and say that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I wonder if this will kind of. I don't know how to explain this, but I came into this movie with her getting ready to be my favorite. I'm like, okay, Zoe Kravitz, she is going to be my number one. Mm-hmm. I'm like, she looks the part. I'm hearing it in the trailer. She sounds perfect. She's going to be awesome. I even like the little outfit she has with like kind of like ski mask with little cat ears popping up. I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. I go to the movie and I'm all like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think Michelle Pfeiffer did a way better job. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't really know what I was missing from it.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. Like I said, Michelle Pfeiffer was probably the best one, but this one, okay. It's hard to explain why I didn't really like this portrayal of her. But I'm just going to leave it at that. I just didn't like it. And let's see. Let me think about another character that we can talk about. Let's do Penguin. So Colin Farrell as the Penguin, which I'll go ahead and talk about. This was one of the craziest parts, I think, of this movie. Like not the CGI. I don't know why I'm saying CGI. The prosthetics that they used for him was like perfect. Like I couldn't even tell it was Colin Farrell in that prosthetics.
Oh yeah. It was really crazy. Easy. I mean, I think they deserve an Oscar. Just you know what I'm saying? Just for the look of that.
Prosthetics.
Oh yeah. Okay, but, just for prosthetics.
Yeah. I thought that I don't know. I said with Catwoman that I'm just gonna say I didn't like her because I just didn't like her.
Yeah.
And I didn't like her.
I just did not like her. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Like I honestly I think it was kind of stupid how she like kissed Batman like the first night after they met or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure she's heard of him already. but like actually meeting him, you know what?
Yeah. Back to Penguin. What did you think of Colin Farrell as Penguin?
Colin Farrell as Penguin? I would say I'm kind of back and forth of what I want to say. He
hasn't necessarily become Penguin yet. He's still working for Falcone.
He's still Oz. I'm Oz.
But now at the end of it, he's got an empire now. He's got Carmine Falcone's empire.
Yes. So he still has the iceberg lounge to himself. It's gonna be pretty good. I'm not gonna say this yet because I don't know. I'm gonna have to kind of wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
But it was pretty good from the setup of what this could possibly be.
Yeah.
Like I see like for example, you see what's his face? Oh, you see like Colin Farrell's Penguin, and then I'm thinking of like, ooh, Danny DeVito. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito was like full on Penguin, and Colin Farrell hasn't done that yet. So I'm kind of interested in seeing where if once he goes full Penguin, we can kind of compare there. But from what I've seen so far, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And all right, that's Penguin. Now we'll get into Batman. There's also obviously there's other characters. You have
Falcone.
Yeah, Falcone, and that's it. I mean,
Falcone and I guess that one cop. Yeah, I don't know. You want to compare each cop?
Bella Real or whatever, the mayor.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, but like Batman. That's let's get into that, and then we'll talk about a few big points in the movie, and then we'll be done with this. We'll give our rating.
Awesome.
So we were comparing Robert Pattinson. You said that he's your third favorite. I will say that he's my second favorite. Behind Affleck.
No. Well, no, I wouldn't say he's my third favorite.
I thought you said it goes. You said it goes Affleck, Keaton, and then Pattinson.
I was saying the public eye.
Oh, I need your.
My number one is probably Robert Pattinson.
Oh, well, there's not.
It's either him or Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck's my favorite one, with Pattinson in second. But
yeah,
see what this is early Batman. This is year 2 of his crime fighting.
I saw people complaining about him being kind of like moody all the time, but I'm like, this is year 2 Batman. He's still young Bruce.
Yeah, this is when he doesn't want Bruce to be a personality. He just wants Batman.
He just wants Batman, and literally, I don't understand people complaining about that. And those are like people who like rave about Batman year 1. No. I'm like, you're literally trashing on this movie.
Yeah,
it's stupid. But I mean, by the time the sequel comes around, and I full-heartedly agree with you, Darian, because you said this. I think it's a great idea. The sequel needs to have Batman show that Bruce Wayne is just as important as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like he could still help
and
people.
He's like, okay, I need to pay attention more to this, to my company, my family's legacy. And he goes, and then he finds out. He meets this cryogenics doctor named Victor Freeze.
Shut up.
And the whole city's already flooded anyway. And he says, I have this idea. He said, I could freeze this water, and then we can get some kind of crews to start trying to dig out the city, basically.
Yeah.
But like he tries to freeze like everything. Or maybe, I don't know. That's a good way, I think, to get Mr. Freeze to show up.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was really betting on 2 things: a Mr. Freeze cameo or something Robin. Now
Robin
was too early. I know Robin's too early. I just wanted to see if they would just see. I mean, it was a really out there bet. I was like, if they do that, I'd be kind of crazy.
That's like my bet came true and yours did not.
Yes. So I guess that's the way it usually goes with me.
What was mine? Mine was that Batman would almost die.
Yeah.
And he almost died twice.
Yeah. I know, honestly. So I guess you did get that going for you.
But I enjoyed Robert Pattinson's performance. I thought the suit is my favorite Batman suit.
Oh yeah, by far. I love the
the chest thing comes out.
Oh yeah, it's like a switchblade. Yeah, you didn't know that.
I didn't realize. I didn't know that until like at the end of the movie. I was like, oh. That's kind of cool.
He can take it out, just like lose.
I knew he could take it out, and it looked like.
You just didn't know what it could like really do.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I thought it would be like. See, the big rumor was that it was made out of the thing that gun that killed his parents. But then we find out that they changed that. They changed his origin, which is actually pretty big, and we should have actually talked about this because main origin, walking down the alleyway, parents get shot, all that. In this, Bruce Wayne's mom was in an insane asylum. Like she goes in and out of like insane asylum.
Yeah. I mean, she got better.
And she was in the Arkham family. Like in the comics, she's in the Kane family. And that's why her niece is Batwoman, Kate Kane. Yeah. And so now she's part of the Arkhams. And I guess maybe that's one of the reasons she was so crazy.
Her dad killed her mom. So that's kind of why she went crazy.
Yeah.
I believe, I don't know.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what happened.
And then Thomas Wayne was running for mayor in this.
Yeah, and he kind of bribed a reporter to kind of keep quiet about that.
And the reporter was Edward Elliot.
Yeah, he was all like...
We do know the Waynes and the Elliots were best friends, like good friends. And Tommy Elliot is Hush, and Edward Elliot is actually Tommy Elliott's grandpa.
And literally, like he told me that in the theater, and then all of a sudden the words on screen it just says Hush. I'm like, bro, you know exactly what you're trying to tease here.
Yeah,
and it's working really well. Well, I mean, like, so he tells her to like, kind of keeps the reporter on the line. I let the reporter's like, no, because he was kind of the
reporter was killed, I think.
Yeah, he was, because he tells Falcone to kind of scare him and to not really doing nothing, but Falcone ends up killing him.
Yeah,
and I mean, the whole movie you're thinking like, oh crap, Thomas wanted someone killed, but Alfred then reveals like, no, that's not how it happened.
Yeah,
that Bruce's father didn't think Falcone would actually kill him, and so he reported to the police, and later they got killed.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they changed it on here now, so so all that happened instead of them being murdered. But his dad still did get killed.
Yes.
I can't. Did he get shot?
Yeah. It's the same thing.
But he got shot. His mom didn't. I don't know. His mom's probably still out there in the insane asylum somewhere.
Well, no, they both got killed.
Are you sure? Because she was in. That didn't. Hold on. I gotta look this up now. The Batman, Bruce's origin. Also, let's get into some big scenes of the movie now. While I'm doing this, first one that comes to mind is the whole beginning scene that really evoked the feeling of the scene from The Dark Knight, where everyone's like, it's the news channel talking, and they're talking about the Batman. You see the bat signal, and like in The Dark Knight, it was the drug dealers like, oh no, I don't know about tonight. He's like, come on, you got more chance of winning the lottery than running into him. And all this stuff. It really felt like that. And we didn't see Batman until about 10 minutes into the movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then he steps out of the shadows. And all the guys are like laughing because he hasn't established his name yet in this universe. He's still new. And so that's why everyone calls him Vengeance, I'm pretty sure, because no one knows he's called Batman.
Who are you? I'm Vengeance. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, which is a direct reference to the animated series. That this whole like, I'm Vengeance, I am the Knight.
I am the Knight. I am Batman.
Yes, taken from that. Let's see. Okay, so his parents do die. Okay.
Yeah, but his parents die because they had like a hit on him because what's his face? Thomas was going to like report the police.
But they didn't know who killed him.
Yeah. They don't know if it was just by some accident or someone actually did like it was actually
Joker. No.
Falcone that like started like a hit.
Yeah. Anyway, that one scene like I was talking about the beginning is I like that. And there's so many good scenes in this movie, so I'm not going to name all of them, but I'm going to name some big ones that come to my mind. I think
the bomb disarming scene really gets me. Where he has to like answer 3 riddles. Yeah,
that was like, that reminded me of Gotham because there's that whole thing where he was like, answer 3 riddles and Detective Bullock doesn't die, whatever. And I think I had shown you that scene. He was asking Lucius Fox the riddles or something like that.
Yeah.
And it reminded me just of like that. But the first appearance of the Batmobile in the movie,
Yeah, all those things.
I felt our theater go like, oh, like right when right when you hear the vroom of like the car and you see the headlights come on.
I punched Skylar. I was like, no. Skylar was punching me too. I don't care what he tells you. He punched me first. And I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, we're playing it like this. Fine. And I'm like, oh man.
But yeah, that Batmobile scene was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And let's see. I'm skipping ahead a lot. All the fights with Batman were awesome. Every Riddler scene, I find myself just captivated about how good this guy was doing as the Riddler.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about the Arkham scene. That's like my favorite scene of the whole movie. And let's see what else happens. But, should I skip to that? Oh, the whole city gets flooded, and I thought that was crazy. Which I kind of already knew from parts of the trailer, but like I didn't know the whole city was going to get flooded. I thought it was just like a part of it. But let's see. I'll go ahead and get to this scene because we need to hurry up and get through this. At the end of it, Riddler's in Arkham, and he meets this other inmate. And the inmate's talking to him, and he mentions something about him being a clown. It's supposed to be like a metaphor, but come on. Ain't no metaphor. And then we barely see him. Like it's shadowed a lot. You can see a smile if you look really close, and a little bit of white on his forehead. That was the Joker. Matt Reeves' version of the Joker, played by Barry Keoghan, who played in Eternals as Druig, and he's been in a lot more. He's the main character in the Dunkirk movie and a lot of it.
Ew.
Well, you didn't like Dunkirk?
No, I just I didn't want to.
Dunkirk was a great movie.
I wanted Willem Dafoe, man. I was one of those.
No, I don't want an old Joker to fight a 20-year-old Batman.
He says he was old.
Willem Dafoe's old.
You could de-age him. He'll grow. Robert Pattinson will get old. Then it'll work. I promise.
Yeah, then Willem Dafoe won't be around anymore.
Willem Dafoe will be around forever, and you know it.
He's immortal.
Yes.
But all right. But we get introduced to our Joker, which Matt Reeves has talked about different stuff about his version of the Joker. Heavily.
I'm surprised he talked about it as much as he did.
He did also say that there was another scene he was supposed to be in earlier in the movie, but they had to cut it. But you would have actually seen what he looked like. But they said it wouldn't have made sense to the people because it would have been Batman going to this guy because he'd already put Joker away at this point, but he's not Joker yet. He's about to be, but he's not fully yet.
Yeah.
And he's already put him away, apparently. And it would have been a scene where he was going to get some kind of information from him or something. But that didn't happen.
Well, maybe we'll get in like a director's cut or an extended cut.
He said that he will release it in the future in the scene.
Well, that's good. At least we can get that. At least we got that confirmation.
Mm-hmm. But I don't really want to get into it because this review is pressing on a little long.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, you want to start with dislikes because I feel like my number is going to be way different. Not way different, but a little bit different from yours. I would at least like to try to explain myself a bit.
We'll do that. Let me just finish with this. So anyway, we got introduced to the Joker, and then the after credits. I see this movie really ends with, which I kind of thought about this while I was just thinking about the movie. The movie takes place in a course of 6 days.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, Batman is no longer this evil, like dark creature that everyone's scared of. And like Gotham's like, oh, who's this Batman guy? And it's kind of scary stuff like this. He's now like the hero of Gotham.
Yeah, very, very, very hopeful now.
This really felt like a kind of, and not like to drag religion into it or anything, but it felt like kind of a. Yes, no, you could compare it to maybe like the 6 days of creation or whatever.
Oh,
it starts off with the first day, and he's doing all this stuff, and he's trying to stop all this madness going on in the city and fixing things. And then by the end, the 6th day is what the movie ends on. It's the bit like morning, like the dawn of that day. And he's saved all the city, but there's still work to do. He can't rest on the 7th day until he finishes his work. And that's kind of like I kind of like compared it to that. I was like, huh.
It's very poetic.
It is. No, but the after credits, it starts off. It says goodbye with the Riddler's like typing thing, and then it flashes to something real quick, and I didn't barely see it. It looked like jumbled up letters to me.
Yeah.
But then everyone was like, at that the AMC worker that showed up behind us scared the crap out of me. I didn't know who it was. He was forgetting about Bale. I was like. Or forgetting about Nolan or something like that. I was like, who are you?
yeah, we're talking about different Batmans. He was like, you said you forget about Nolan. I'm like, there's a Nolan?
No, yeah, but now we're friends with that guy, so we're going to be watching Doctor Strange with him.
Yes. Come join. I know. We'll save a seat.
D6.
Yeah. But but the greatest mystery of this whole movie is who was D6. So if you listen to the podcast, we missed you, whoever you were.
All right, so this flashes to a website, and it's a website from the movie. It's www.ratalada.com. Spelled RATAALADA.
Yeah.
And you go on there, and I'll go on there right now just to see what's happening. I'll go on there on my computer because it's different from mobile phones and computers.
Is it really? Here, do you have the link for it?
Yeah.
Here, so can you send a link through?
Well, hang on. I just clicked on it.
We'll look at this live right here.
Yeah, so there's a question mark on my screen. You know what? Here, let me share my screen with you, Landon.
Yes. Okay.
On here.
Sure.
And
yes,
so,
we'll do that. Okay, I'm looking now.
Hang on. Let me get this going here. All right. My screen is sharing.
Yes, I see everything.
All right. So we're going to ratalada.com. Here we go. All right. So it starts off with this, and the question mark pops up in the middle of the screen.
Yes.
And then it starts going through some like hacking type stuff. I'm showing some dates is what it looks like. Towards the bottom, it's the date of when the movie came out.
Yeah.
March 4th, 2022.
Yeah, March 4th.
So this goes with like 1974, 43, 87, all this stuff. And there's some email too, but I don't know what that is. And then you have a loading number. Now it's on 30%. Yeah. The day the movie came out, it was on 1%. Yesterday, it got up to 18. I saw this morning it was 26, but now it's 30. So it's going up.
So is it going up? Like
it's counting up to something
a day. 70% a day.
I'm not sure, but it's leading to something. It's going to be a big reveal, I feel. And if I click on this, okay, so it's the same as mobile. There's a coded message that pops up, and I have the.
Did you decipher it?
No, I did not. I found it on the internet. The decryption was, you think I'm finished, but perhaps you don't know the full truth. Every ending is a new beginning. Something is coming.
Maybe.
And I feel like this is they're going to reveal something.
Do you think, something is, so obviously something Batman related is coming.
I think, that's 100%.
Yeah, maybe a trailer for a spinoff show.
Trailer for the Batman 2.
Oh, could you imagine?
It's if it was though.
No, it would be it'd be a trailer for one of their spinoff shows, really. Probably the Arkham show, which is they've been making that one the whole time. We've known about that one longer. Like that came out, the information for that whenever the Batman title was announced. So I wouldn't take that out of question. But yeah, that's the after credit scene of the Batman. And now I guess we can get to our and we can you can name off some cons when you're giving your rating, but we need to hurry up and get on.
Well, I'll say I said my con earlier with how do I describe it? Yeah, I was describing. I was saying earlier I didn't like how like Catwoman just went up to like kiss Batman after the. You know what I'm saying? Just after a night of meeting him. That's like a little. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Little nitpick there. But I was making a point is there's two issues. Probably the two biggest ones I have is I think they showed too much in the trailer.
Okay.
And I know you were kind of I don't know, I guess not arguing, but you were saying like, no,
it was a 3-hour movie and they had like 2-minute trailers with showing like random scenes.
Well, there's 3 trailers. And I'm not saying really this is more of a detective movie rather than action. And I get
this
that.
Is the detective Batman. Like Christian Bale's was the like Michael Keaton is the crime fighting Batman.
Yeah.
Right. And Christian Bale was the
terrible Batman.
No, he was the Batman who also was like trying to combat being Batman and being Bruce Wayne at the same time.
Yeah.
And then this was full on detective Batman.
Yeah, which I really
like. Did you see the scene whenever they were at the crime scene with all the cops? First time we meet Gordon, and he has with the guy with the duct tape all around his face. What's the name? The mayoral candidate.
Yeah.
Batman was seeing all the clues, and then the forensics people would come up behind him and take pictures of it. Because there's one point he saw the mark on the ground where the tool hit, where the blood was, and he saw that he deduced that the guy was still alive, and he got his thumb cut off, and he's seeing different like clues around the room before anyone else was. And I thought it was so awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's really cool. It's just like I wish they kind of saved a piece of action for the movie. Like I think the Batmobile scene would have been cool to save or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too sure. You know, but. But I mean, that's probably a bit. I feel like you just showed too much, action wise. That is, if you're detective wise, which is the main focus of the movie, they did not. So
yeah,
but
I think this movie was pretty good. Let's get into ratings now. You want me to go first, or you go first?
You go first.
Okay. So this movie's not perfect. It has some flaws.
It's not a 10, nor do I think it's a 6 from Game. The two reviews I'm looking at is IGN and GameSpot. GameSpot gave it a 6, IGN gave it a 10. And I don't think it's neither.
Based off a lot of different aspects of this movie, I'm rating. Honestly, thinking about this, okay, I'm gonna rate it an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5. Okay. So
it was a 9. To me, it was a 9. It wasn't higher than a 9. It was just a 9 when I first watched it. Yeah. But I was thinking about like I've let it sit now, so it's an 8.5. I'm taking it down to 8.5.
For me, it is an 8. I kept thinking 7.5. Then we were talking, and I'm all like, man, I was let down a bit. But I don't think the movie is horrible at all. Okay, I don't think it's a masterpiece. Nor do I think it's like it's beyond an okay, but it's below, and it's great. You know, it's the best film ever. You know,
so an 8 and an 8.5. Let's answer the real question that everyone's asking: is this the best live action Batman movie?
I mean,
I know my answer.
I know. Well, maybe a lot of people are comparing it to The Dark Knight, and I think,
because that's one of the newest Batman movies that we've had.
Yeah. Well, I think this movie is better than The Dark Knight.
I think this is the best live action Batman because it has everything that Batman needs to have. Detectives, it has action. See, it didn't have much detective stuff in the old ones.
Yeah.
But it had action. This has everything you need.
Yeah,
that's Bruce Wayne, but he still was some Bruce Wayne. So.
Yeah, my favorite Batman movie for the longest time was Batman Returns. And I'm still a bit back and forth with it, but if I had to think critically, I would say this is probably the best. And I would say, you know what, screw it. Yeah, it's the best Batman film. It's the best Batman film. So that's period. That's it.
And with that, we are excited to see the continuation of the story and all of the spin-offs that could come. And I just want to see more of Matt Reeves' universe.
I want to see him tackle like every character.
There was a scene at the end of it, and I kind of made this joke in the theater. He was like, "The city needs hope," and I was like, "Imagine Superman shows up." Batman's like,
"Yeah,
jeez."
Yeah, I mean, what do you?
I don't think Matt Reeves already said that he doesn't plan on introducing anyone else in like other superheroes into this universe besides like Batman related characters.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to say you want to see Matt Reeves do one character, what would it be?
The Watchmen.
The what? Oh, well, I meant like Batman villain. Sorry if I'm specific.
Like Batman related.
Batman villains. If you want to see what Batman villain? Yeah. And like a sequel.
I got 3.
Ooh.
Court of Owls. be one of them, just because I feel like that would be. I mean, come on.
Yes.
It already fits with the whole thing. Riddler's like, oh, they said you don't want. There's way more to this than you realize. Stuff like that. When he said that, I was like, yeah, there's a secret society that's been running the city since it was founded. They're like members of the Wayne. It'd be cool if it was like members of the Wayne and the Arkham family came together to form another family.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'd be
pretty interesting.
I have that Scarecrow. I think would be a really good one. And then let me think. Okay. No, I'm taking back Scarecrow.
Get Scarecrow out of there. Okay.
I'm gonna take back Scarecrow. I'll just say Mr. Freeze. And then third, Killer Croc.
Oh, you want to go to like a beastly character? Okay. Let me think here.
We haven't had a live action Killer Croc besides Suicide Squad, but I mean, I don't know if we talk about that.
Here's the thing. I don't know what I was saying. Here's the thing. Hey, if I had to pick for the sequel, I want Freeze. I think it'd be perfect because you were mentioning like the way the movie ends with like the whole town being flooded. I'm like, man, if they had Freeze come out with, you know what I'm saying? He ends up freezing Gotham City. Like you could have like the most beautiful looking thing ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It creates some kind of like weather machine to like.
Yeah, weather machine. I mean, I know this is more of a realistic take, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. Oh, because I mean, me and you came with our own ideas. Like, it'd be cool if you had like a liquid nitrogen gun or something. He shoots it at people, like kills them. But I don't know. I'd say Freeze for number 2, and you know, I was actually thinking about a Poison Ivy.
No,
but you mentioned the Scarecrow and what Matt Reeves could do with that.
What Matt Reeves could do with any of these villains is something that.
I know. Oh god, it's so. I mean,
Man-Bat.
I love what Matt Reeves did with the Riddler in this. I thought it was fantastic. I wonder how he would do Scarecrow.
A doctor at Arkham. It's insane.
Well, I mean, like, because you know the fear toxin and stuff. I wonder if he would like. I don't even know how.
Yeah, it's something that. Well, I guess we have to wait and see, but we do need to get ready to end this review off.
Yes, it's in the.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us this week for our review of The Batman. And let's see. This week we didn't have a normal episode, like I'd mentioned at the beginning of this. But go last week and check out our episode of the Comic Book Burrito and our episode of the Arkham Files about Two-Face. Next week, we're going to have a normal episode coming back with that, hopefully, if there's a lot of news, which there should be. And then
please let me know on that.
I would expect some kind of trailer maybe soon for a certain Disney Plus show of one that I don't know if I'm excited for or not. And then we'll have another episode of the Arkham Files next week about everyone's favorite Prince of Puzzles, the Riddler, because fitting as to have him as the next one right after the Batman. And I think that's all the big stuff I need to talk about. So I guess we'll go ahead and head out of here. Thank you all so much for listening. If you like this and have any questions, comments, corrections, or concerns, you can contact me on Instagram at DarienH4404. It's DARIENH4404, or on Facebook at the Comic Book Burrito official page. Very interactive over there. I'm constantly replying to people because I have nothing better to do with my life. And then, or on Twitter at the CB Burrito, capital C, capital B, and Burrito.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have a social media account. You can contact me at Spider_Landon on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Kotu at Twitter. We will fight on throughout the timeline, and you can go to our official Instagram page at the Comic Book Burrito. That's more for notification purposes and projects me and Darian want to announce that we're ready to do. So me and Darian both recommend Twitter and Facebook because it's very interactive and it's just better.
Yeah. I guess with that being said, we'll go ahead and head out of here. All right. We said thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
See ya.
I'm vengeance.